get all your shopping done and all that other good stuff?
Yep, Christmas shopping is done. Um, what else? Oh yeah, hit the grocery store. It was less crazy. Last Monday was wild. I don't know why, but everyone was out. We're trying to figure out why it was, but yeah,
Yeah, dude.
holidays.
I went to a fucking Walmart on Saturday and that shit was crazy. I was,
Oh, Saturdays brutal.
bro. I was like,
We
yeah, I'm
we
gonna go on like my lunch break or something in the middle of the week.
yeah, really
Fuck
though.
this.
We skipped the weekend on purpose because we knew it was just going to be crazy. We went out to dinner with some friends from work, and that was cool. There's a little New Orleans restaurant on the west side. Yeah, it's some really good shrimp and grits.
Yeah, there used to be that. You remember back in the day in Spokane, there was that club Big Easy. It was
Um,
like New Orleans themed or whatever. They had like a big Mardi Gras thing there too.
no, I don't. Where was that?
It was I don't know. It was downtown. So
Hmm.
God, that was back in the day.
When Spokane was halfway decent.
Yeah, well, shit. I I always have fond memories of Spokane. I guess it's not as
Mm.
nice of a community as
It's
it
a
was when I
it's a
lived
different
there.
beast.
But you know, shit.
Well,
But dude,
this fentanyl is taking like a real turn. I think it's the final solution, if you will, is kind of like I'm a member on this group called it's like some Spokane crime report. So, but they're pretty accurate on the spot with like their up their postings of robberies, assaults, overdoses. Bro, in the last 2 days, I swear to God, there's been probably about 20 overdoses.
Jesus,
I
man.
googled it, and to the date, Spokane has had over 300 overdose deaths. Like, yeah, their body, their choice. You right? Isn't that the cry of the left? Like, don't. And
Yeah,
that's what
well,
kills me is because people will post that on those posts, like, "Hey, it's their body, their choice," and then you got these left wing. Oh, you should have more compassion.
oh
Really,
no.
compassion and understanding for that part, that their choice, their body, their choice, but not when it pertains to abortion. Like, make it make sense.
Well, yeah, no, that's and dude, I had this discussion like fucking 100 times probably, but you know, everybody always tells me like, well, pro-life people like you care about a life up until they're born and then it's on them, and I'm like, no, that's not true.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
believe that every child should be taken care of, especially every hungry child that comes from shit parents that don't take care of a
Mm.
child. Like, they're terrible human
Citizens,
beings.
please let's clarify. Citizens,
Right.
citizen children.
Citizen children, right, in our country, not,
Yep. Yep.
anchor babies. But they say, oh, you care about it until it's born. I was like, well, no, okay. You're not even giving the kid a chance for life. Do you know how many people that were born in fucked up situations that, if their mother just could have had an abortion or something and maybe would have,
Mm.
that would have never even had a chance to fucking live. Are you glad you're alive, Mike? I'm glad I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm glad my mom didn't just, coat hanger me out of the fucking womb.
Right.
So, and dude, it's fucked up, bro. And like a lot of these like foundations that go and they show the mother like the sonogram of the baby in the womb and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that before they have an abortion to try to
Mm-hmm.
change their mind and whatnot. These places get under attack. Like not the places that, dude. Some of these videos of like what an abortion actually is, and the
Mm-hmm.
baby trying to fight it inside. Like, dude, it's sickening, bro. Like, and you see those videos too of like people going outside of grocery stores. We're trying to, sign this petition so they can't abort baby puppies anymore.
Right.
Yeah, because they're trying to euthanize like pregnant dogs so they can't give birth to puppies.
Yeah.
Will you sign this? And people, oh yeah, yeah, outside the grocery store and whatnot. Like, we want to do the same thing for humans.
Do you mind signing
will,
this? Yeah.
will you sign this? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Oh,
didn't
fuck
know
you.
it was this
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? Where
Double
is your
standards.
logic there?
Right. Double
I'm
standards.
sorry. Yeah, no. Everybody cares about children and all that other kind of stuff. But there's a larger societal problem of not taking care of responsibility and whatnot that we can't just brush to the side. Like, oh, let's just kill babies, not give them a chance to live.
Yeah.
And, fuck it. You go fuck as many people as you want and without consequence.
Right.
And it's so crazy though too. It's because every person, and Savagely Loud, my podcast that I recorded with them is going to air tomorrow, which pretty excited about that. It was pretty
good.
good. And like, dog, it was really good. And we're going to do some follow-up shit too. But like on these type of topics, the personal responsibility, and we also talked about the people on the far right that are just douchebags
Yeah.
and don't know anything about life. And a lot of it is, I have some faith in Gen Z or whatever they call the younger generation than us or whatever now, just because they're kind of waking up to like government bullshit and whatnot.
Yeah.
But also some of the like leaders of this movement and whatnot, like, you don't have any kids, you barely have lived life, you're like 20 something, and yeah, like women propaganda getting the fucking taste slapped out of his mouth and not doing a damn thing. And he's one of those guys that goes on Fresh and Fit and like does the tough talk thing a little bit.
Yeah.
And you got by some short little fat dude smack the fuck out of you, bro. And he's and walked away. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I you're not allowed to raise your voice anymore. I'm sorry.
Ain't about that life, homie. Stay in
Yeah,
your lane.
like,
Stay
bro,
in your
you
lane.
got bitch smacked.
On live TV.
And you walked right, and all these people though too, they were like, oh, well, he came out with another video like 20 minutes later, and they were shaking hands and like, oh, my bad, buddy. And I'm like, that negates the fact that you got bitch smacked.
Right. You get ran up in prison for that shit.
Oh my god, dog.
After
All
you
his
get beat up.
commissary is in somebody else's
After you
locker,
get
bro.
after you get beat up by your people, you get ran up.
You better call grandma and get that 50, bro. Dog, what the
That shit's wild.
fuck?
That shit's wild.
Oh man,
Yeah, I
dude,
know.
it's
I saw parts
so
of that
fucking
video.
crazy. And come to find out, like, dude, that women propaganda guy, he's like 5'4", $150, soaking wet and wearing boots.
It's always the
And-
short guys.
It's always the short guys that bark, they're little chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Then you woof at them and
Yeah.
they're done, dude.
They're done.
Fucking, yeah. So he's one that you can't take seriously anymore, honestly. And, like we kind of because I like Nick Fuentes and like his like overall shit and kind of his journey and whatnot,
Mm,
just because he's like kind of like dude scorned and when you really have to go kind of extreme to get noticed anyway on the
mm,
internet
yeah.
nowadays. His positions aren't really as extreme as things are clipped to make it seem like without context and whatnot. But also, he's a dude that's like 25 years old, hasn't lived life, doesn't have kids, doesn't have, and you know, which is, you can do that at that point, and that's cool. But there's no adults in the room when it comes to that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think I was talking about somebody, with somebody about this earlier. That, like, dude, I guess you know, in as far as what is racist is concerned, I think everybody's somewhat racist, but like
Oh,
dudes,
for
that's just
sure.
how dudes talk to each other. Like we break our
Mm,
balls about fucking all
yeah.
sorts of race shit or talk shit about all that other kind of shit. But like, dude, if you really just hate somebody just because of the race, I think you're a fucking stupid person.
Yeah.
But like, it's okay to bust balls about the stereotypes because stereotypes exist because there's some truth to it and it's fucking funny. It's hilarious. But at the end of the day, I don't think most of these dudes actually really know what they're talking about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what do you think about all that shit? Kind of been
Oh yeah,
rambling here.
it's all about the likes. It's all about the follows and likes. It's about the following for them. So, like you said, it's you got to be pretty outspoken and extreme to even get noticed. So,
Right.
it's the culture.
Yeah, no, the clickbait culture, and you have to kind of be extreme or on the fringe to even get noticed, and that's cool. But and like, dude, I kind of talked about this on Savagely Loud when we recorded. It was because he calls himself like far center, which I
Hmm.
thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, dude, that's alt center is what we were talking about,
Hmm.
and whatnot when we decided on canceled again. But like, you have to bring it back to the middle because obviously we have a multiracial, America. That's
Hmm.
just the reality of things. In a multiracial society can thrive. A multicultural one can't.
Yeah.
And when we have all these different pocket cultures,
Hmm.
but it's that's not going to work. There's
America
no
becomes less
cohesiveness.
America.
And we kind of talked about that and in some detail. That will drop tomorrow. And that dude, it was pretty fucking good, bro.
Good.
And we're
I
we're
can't
gonna
wait
do
to
some
see
more
it.
collab shit, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. But because he was like white supremacist, part of a like card carrying member of one of those organizations, and he's not anymore. Because he's like, dude, all these motherfuckers are stupid. He goes, it's not about hating other people. It's about uplifting your people. And he goes, and he like really, white people are fucking dumb now, bro.
Hmm.
And they're the worst people in the world, I think, are liberal white women.
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, that they're the downfall of fucking society. And
Hmm.
the three things he asked me, he goes, if you could change three things that would make a direct impact in the world, what would it be? I said, well, I would repeal the 19th Amendment and take the right of women to vote away, make it a household vote. Because, women don't have to go to war, but they can vote you to go to war. If women didn't vote, we wouldn't have half of the nonsense that we fucking have in goddamn society. I would also give the Senate back to the state legislature, because the first 130 years of our country, the two senators from each state were not popularly elected. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
have an election for your senator. They
Hmm.
were appointed by your state legislature.
Hmm.
That amendment changed with the progressive movement of the turn of the
Hmm.
century, when it was 1900, that turn of the century. That's when that changed. I would change that back. Just give the right to appoint your two senators back. That
Right.
would change a lot. And you should have to have a stake in society really to vote anyway. I believe, giving everybody that's 18 or older the right to vote is just fucking stupid.
Right.
And it's, you know, you're voting on for property taxes. You don't own property. You've never owned property. You don't have a prospect of owning property.
Right.
And the people that do, and that really affects, anybody that's over the age of 18
Mm-hmm.
can vote to affect that. Or not even if you necessarily have to like own property or anything like that, but you don't pay taxes. I don't think if you don't have a job or you don't contribute to society, you shouldn't be able to fucking vote.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, dude, people on welfare shouldn't get to vote for me to give them more welfare. Like, that's just stupid. And that's why we're trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. What do you think about that?
Right. I think you're right. I don't know. I don't know much about when things were like passed, but I know things got substantially worse during the '60s. Aside from like the civil rights movement, um, we also had, as felons, we had our guns taken away. We had a lot of our rights taken away. So now we have to like appeal to get our voting rights back. Some states are different, like Washington. It's as soon as you get off probation, you can vote again and whatever. But I just take all that back. Like there was a lot of nonsense that happened in the '60s.
Well, yeah, there's only a couple states that take your right away to vote,
Yeah.
like for having a felony or anything like that. And you can appeal to get those back. Also, I mean, any gun control law is an infringement on your Second Amendment right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like, dude, if you are too dangerous to own a gun, you should still be in jail.
Yes.
When you do your time, you should have all your rights as a citizen back.
Because
Like
you
that,
have solved your debt. You have
you
cleared
paid
your
your debt
debts
to
to. Yeah.
society. Why aren't you a citizen anymore?
Why are we a second class citizen? And in a lot of
Right.
states, it's like it's a struggle, if not impossible, to expunge your record. I feel like um, that should be there should be an easier pathway to getting your rights restored. Like Montana, you can't expunge your record. If you
But
get like a little small, misdemeanor, felony, whatever, it's on there for life.
at least after a certain amount of time
Yeah.
has passed, you, I mean, it, I believe day one, when your debt is paid to society, you are a citizen again.
Hmm.
You are a part of the people.
Yeah.
So your rights should not ever be able to be infringed after that.
Yeah.
But like a fair compromise, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years,
Well, how about
whatever.
probation? Well, how about probation?
Right.
So what is the threshold of, okay, you give me 3 years, you give me 5 years probation, and then I'm good? Like you feel like I'm
Right.
rehabilitated because the judge hands this out like, hey, it's gonna take you 3 years to be, you need to be watched for 3 years, and after that you're, free man or whatever. So okay, then give me my shit back.
I mean,
If not, then keep me in prison or keep
I
me on
believe
probation.
you should be able to walk out of prison and across the street to frickin' Bass Pro and buy a shotgun,
Hmm.
and because you have done your time.
Yeah.
I don't. I believe every single gun control law is an infringement on your Second Amendment right.
Absolutely.
And I,
Yet, sorry, go ahead, sir.
oh yeah,
I
no,
want
I
to. I
mean,
want to pick.
yet, I mean, it's, well, we would have people with felonies with guns. Okay, well, if you really want a gun,
Mhm.
we're gonna let them go buy a gun. You think they're gonna go a felon that wants to go rob a bank or shoot up some shit is gonna go to Academy Sports or Bass Pro and buy their gun to go commit their felony with? No,
Mhm.
like they're gonna go to Daquan on the
Mhm.
fucking corner and buy a 9 millimeter for fucking a third of the price
Mhm.
with the serial number shaved off and go do their thing anyway.
Yeah,
Bro, Australia just had a mass shooting on that
I
fucking
saw that.
beach, and guns have been illegal there for fucking 30 years.
Yeah, and no
So
one had one
they have
to.
machete control laws there
Wow,
because after they took away guns, people were getting, you know,
butchered.
hacked to death with
Yeah,
fucking machetes. It's stupid.
yeah.
If somebody wants to kill somebody bad enough, they're gonna figure out a fucking way. I can drive my truck into a fucking crowd of people and probably be more effective and get away fucking faster than
You're in the
trying to
getaway
shoot into a
vehicle.
crowd.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's fucking stupid. It's
yeah.
like, you know, people that have DUIs and whatnot,
Mm,
they get their
mm-hmm,
license taken away for a certain amount of time, then they can drive
mm-hmm,
again.
mm-hmm. Perfect point. Perfect point.
Because the car didn't make them fucking do it. The gun
That's a
doesn't make anybody do it. It's a fucking tool,
yeah.
bro. The goddamn table saw I have over there is a fucking tool.
Mm-hmm.
I could chop somebody all up with it. Guess what? Nobody's ever getting chopped up by that saw because I'm not a fucking psycho.
Right,
And, there's no way to fucking determine that
right.
unless you destroy every single gun in the fucking world in every single weapon. People beat each other to death with their fucking hands, throw
Mm.
rocks at each other. I mean, it's
For
as if
thousands and
people
thousands
never
of
got
years.
murdered before there was a
Yeah,
gun invented. It's
right.
fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah, for thousands of years. Like you take away the guns, we're gonna pick up a stick and a rock. You're like, come on, man, be for real.
Cain and Abel, man.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, no, man,
They
it's
didn't use a Smith
it's
and
crazy.
Wesson. They used the fucking rock in the hand, bro.
Well, it's interesting, and so to compare it to the other side, to the left, when they banned abortions, well, we're just gonna get one illegally, okay? And so, like, you take away the guns, we're gonna get one illegally. It's gonna be so. I'm not against abortion. Is it wrong? Sure, absolutely. But I also believe in freedom of choice, like grown consenting adults. If hey, if you legalize murder, sure, go ahead and murder that baby. It's on you. That is on you. Um, but it's crazy how many rights they take away from natural citizens, but they welcome in illegal aliens as if they're naturalized and they have the God given rights that we do. They're protected under our laws, which were meant for us.
Well, yeah, and it's crazy that too. There's there was a Supreme Court case in Illinois that they tried to charge an illegal immigrant with illegally owning a firearm, right? Because he's not a natural citizen.
Yeah.
And the Illinois Supreme Court overturned that decision because they're like, oh, we can't just say just because he's an illegal immigrant, he can't have his Second Amendment right that he's not a fucking citizen. I really don't agree with the precedent of. I really
Legally
don't
is
give a fuck who has a
legally
gun.
is it a sound
But
argument legally? Yes, it's a sound argument legally. However, like one
but they
trumps the
overturned
other.
it because they're like, yeah, you can't take away this. So there's all these other people that are like, well, what about me? I I wrote a bad check fucking 20 years ago and I'm a felon.
Mm.
It, yeah, like there's there are also the the ATF is being taken out of like federal rights restoration,
Mm-hmm.
and there's you can direct appeal for your rights restoration federally now,
Mm-hmm.
because like Texas, for example, it's 5 years after you're out of prison and off probation, you're
Mm-hmm.
legally allowed to own a firearm by state law.
Mm-hmm.
But federal law supersedes that.
Mm.
But Texas doesn't allow the ATF also to operate in the state, or they don't assist them. So you don't violate state law, like if a state trooper, or, state cop or city cop or whatever, they don't assist, they don't send that to the ATF and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Texas is pro gun. And dude, I live in Denton County, Texas. Denton County, Texas, if they said that if they ever tried to take away guns here, our sheriff, Tracy Murphy, said, I'll deputize every citizen of Denton County
Mm.
if they
Yeah.
ever try
Wow.
to take away guns. So, yeah, Texas is all about their guns, which is pretty awesome. But, you know, I believe American citizens should be able to buy a Black Hawk helicopter and a fucking Abrams tank if you can afford it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs if we were able to do that kind of thing. There might be
Yeah.
a Black Hawk and a tank in my fucking driveway. You should be able to fucking do that, because
Yeah.
the Second Amendment ain't about fucking deer hunting. It's about protecting yourself against a
That's
tyrannical
right.
government.
That's right.
The right, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the right of or the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And that means, yeah, if we get too fucking crazy, the people should have a right to fucking rise up and take us over.
Yeah.
And that's what the Second Amendment was about, not deer hunting.
Yeah. No kidding. So let me ask you: is there an armory that's based out of Texas? Like, how do they get around the loophole of the federal background check when purchasing firearms down
No, you still have to do a federal background check and whatnot.
there?
If
Mm-hmm.
there's a red flag, like I know in Washington,
Mm-hmm.
you have to wait like the 3 days, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like in Texas, when you go to buy a gun, if there's a red flag, then you'll have to wait the 3 days. But if there's
Mm-hmm.
not, you just take the motherfucker home with you, AR-15, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't believe you should have to have a background check to buy a fucking gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid, because it's your right to have one. If you are
Mm-hmm.
too dangerous to own one, you should still be in jail.
Right.
When you have served your time, you get those rights back. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking stupid, and people argue against their own citizens' rights, which is fucking stupid. And I went back and forth with somebody about this in the comment section on one of my posts fucking a while back. It's like, no, I don't agree with that. If you commit a felony, you have given up, you know, your right. You decided, that was more important than your right. I was like, you've never made a fucking mistake before.
Yeah.
And when you make that mistake, you go and serve time for it.
Yeah.
When you're done serving that time, the time that you were given, that you pay that debt to society.
Yeah.
When that time is done, You should have all of those rights back. And I think you are a fucking horrible human being if you disagree with that statement.
Yeah.
Because it'll be the first motherfuckers that are like, oh, well, we need all these humane rights for, prisoners, and they'll argue with all that stuff, which I don't disagree with either. You're not,
Hmm.
you don't need to be whipped and beaten and eat, bread and fucking shaving cream water and all that other
Yeah.
shit. But it'll be those same motherfuckers, like the Innocence Project motherfuckers or
Yeah.
whatever. Those same motherfuckers be the ones that are, oh, well, felons should never have a gun again. Like,
Yeah.
really? And I don't care if it's a violent, non-violent felony. If you went for second degree murder
Yeah.
after you served your fucking time, you should be able to have that fucking right back again.
Yeah. There is no direct link between committing a felony and going out and committing a violent crime with a weapon. Now, are there some people that do? Yes. But by and large, like the crackhead next door is not going to go buy a gun and shoot up the mall. Like, come on, be for real. By majority, they're not going to commit a crime with a
It's
gun.
mentally fucking ill people, usually transvestites, that are fucking shooting up groups of people. People that
Yeah.
are on hormone blockers and are fucking mentally insane that go up and shoot people.
Yeah, because
Like, yes,
they feel like everything's a conspiracy. Like everyone's conspiring against them and their fucking genitals. Nobody gives a fuck about your mutilated penis. Like, don't take it out on
well,
the rest of us. Yeah,
well, the guns in Daddy's gun closet have never shot anybody before. He must have raised them right, or told those guns that they could be anything or do anything, and yeah, it's a fucking tool.
yeah. Unrelated though, did you see about Rob Reiner? Did you see Rob Reiner and his wife?
Oh my God, bro.
Dude,
And
see, you
the
don't even need it.
LAPD still hasn't admitted that it's him that's dead,
No,
bro.
he got arrested. He got arrested. Oh,
Well, no, his
but
kid's been
publicly,
arrested.
yeah, but publicly they haven't come out and said it.
Yeah,
Oh
publicly, the
wow.
LAPD has not came out. The Reiner family has come out and said it, but the
Yeah,
LAPD won't confirm it because it's an ongoing investigation. And you're like,
it's
well,
liberal
the
families.
son's been fucking arrested. The family said that they were murdered, and they're fucking like, that's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But Rob Reiner, Hollywood, royalty, fucking
Yeah.
murdered by his kid. That's fucking nuts.
He even made a movie with that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, well, about mental illness and drug
Yeah,
addiction, because
yeah,
his kid was, obviously mentally insane when you stab your parents to death.
yeah.
But a lot of it's to do with drugs and all that, dude. It's
I mean,
golly,
if that's not love, like you're an already renowned director, producer, whatever, and then you're gonna like instead of like shun your son, you're gonna like lift him up, be like, hey, let's make this project together. Like that's, I feel like that was a bonding moment of sorts.
yeah. I mean, you have kids, PK,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is there anything your kid could ever do that would make you not love your kid?
No,
You know,
can't think of one.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing. That's father loved his kid. That kid was just mentally ill. Yeah, and God, that's fucking terrible. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, I was listening to it on the radio on the way to work today about that shit, and that was pretty nuts. The
Yeah,
whole
and
situation.
he broke rank when he did that interview. Um, Talking about when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he came out and he's like, that was awful. That was absolutely awful. Unlike his counterparts who were like cheering in the background or whatever. He broke rank and he was
Yeah.
actually like, hey, this is kind of fucked up, you guys. Actually,
Well, yeah. I mean, people who cheered for Charlie Kirk's death are fucking sick individuals as well. Like, and the people that were pointing to their neck and
Yeah.
dancing and all that other shit. You know, gosh, if Rachel Maddow got murdered like in front of her family on on live TV, wouldn't fucking cheer for it. I wouldn't come out and say anything about it. Like that's
Yeah.
even though I don't fucking particularly like Rachel Maddow much, or
Yeah.
insert liberal lefty commentator, or whoever it was. Like that's just a low class, sick fucking thing to do, and just kind of shows you who those people are. At the core of them,
Yeah.
you know. Can disagree with you. I don't fucking hate you or wish death upon you,
Yeah.
or to anybody you love or care about. Hopefully, you'll come around mentally one day.
Right.
Is my hope and prayer for you. Not death. Jesus Christ.
Right.
But that shows how sick, like, some fucking people really are, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you really have a conversation with those people, or try to find common ground?
I mean, I'd rather spend time talking to that wall for an hour.
Shit, right? Yeah.
It might talk back. Shit, I don't know.
At least it'll listen.
Good listener.
It'll retain more information probably. But yeah, no, that was pretty good. But dude, I thought that women propaganda thing was fucking hilarious. That was like when I was scrolling, taking my morning dump this morning. I was like,
Oh, look at
what the
this guy.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like, isn't this Mr. Tough Guy on Fresh and Fit saying everybody should be more masculine and tell women to shut the fuck up and all that? His shit's hilarious, for the record.
Yeah.
But, like, dog, you can't raise your voice anymore, bro.
Right.
Like, did you watch the whole shit?
I haven't. You'll have to
Oh,
send it to me.
dude. Like, dude telegraphs it, too. He's talking just, wow, like, Charlie Murphy. It was like that kind of slap, bro. And he's like, what? He's like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, okay. And just kind of walks off. And Nick Fuentes was like half a block back from him.
Yeah.
Go to this event, right? And he ran into Nick Fuentes. He's like, that guy just punched me. And Nick Fuentes was like, oh man, that's crazy. It was fucking funny. But I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
dude, the message is cool. The messenger is
Kind of weak.
kind of bitches, bro. You know? Like, fucking A. How you gonna
Man
let
up,
another
bro.
man slap you, dog?
And then shake hands afterwards. Come on, dude.
And then shake hands and hug with him.
Oh, jeez. Get a room, you two.
He slaps you, says, get the fuck out of here.
All right, I'm going.
Like, dog, you're gonna feel something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Immediately.
Oh, bro. You should watch the whole thing. It was like some short little fat fucker slapped him too.
Oh, no.
And like, dog. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah. But dude, how do you seen all the Somalis now getting deported in Minnesota, dude?
At the beginning of it, when it was kind of like, wildfire, I think the media has moved on to other things and whatever. But yeah, I saw the first little bit of it. That's a good start.
Well,
That's a
Trump
good
got
little
rid of
start.
their protected status or whatever.
Hmm.
He got rid of that, which they've had since we were in Somalia in the early '90s. They've had protected status, which they don't fucking need that shit. Like, you
Mm,
know, and all the fraud that's going on in Minnesota, billions that
it's incredible.
they're
I
defrauding the
mean,
Minnesota government out of. And all the memes that, the average Somali IQ is like 67 and
right,
Tim Walz is getting screwed by these
right.
people. So how fucking dumb are you? Or you're part of it. So,
Yeah, it's crazy, and I wish they would do that with more of these refugees or immigrants coming in, because I know a lot of the like the Vietnamese, the Ukrainians, the Russians, they all work this social system so like to a science.
why
It's
doesn't our
crazy.
greatest ally
Hmm.
take in any of these refugees, bro?
Are they our greatest ally, or are we their greatest ally? Speaking of which, unrelated again. Everyone, I see everyone's on the edge of the seat to see how the Candace and Erica Kirk sit down went. She put out a little something today saying she was tired and she'll drop some more tomorrow. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that went
Yeah.
or what she says.
The whole thing's weird, bro.
It's so weird.
It's it's really weird. It wasn't a 30-06 bullet. I'm not sure it was really a Mossad operation either. Like,
Um,
there's just, it's weird. I don't believe this weird tranny with his
no, it
chat
wasn't him.
GPT text messages that was the fall guy is really the guy who was the mastermind behind this whole thing. But,
Yeah, it wasn't him.
you know, they're like, oh, we just want to put the conspiracy theories to bed. I'm like, well, why don't you fucking put some shit out there? I understand you have a trial that's about to go on.
Mm,
I don't believe this guy's ever going to make it to trial.
no.
Like, yeah, he's going to get killed, or Epstein himself
Yeah.
in prison, or whatever. We never know the truth, I don't
Well,
think. But
alternatively, I think he might take a deal and then get pressured to close this case immediate because it's a lot harder to open a closed case than it is to, you know, introduce
well,
some. You know what I mean?
they get to destroy evidence and
Hmm.
all that other shit. Like, yeah, we'll put you in this cushy prison, or you'll hang yourself in a cell.
Yeah.
But, you're just going to plead guilty to this shit. Maybe something like that. It's just weird. The whole thing doesn't make sense. Anyway, dude, what else you got, man?
Man, I got nothing. I've been working, man. These 12-hour shifts are kicking my butt.
Yeah,
I
dog.
go to work, I come home, and I sleep. Try to
Well,
catch
shit,
up
man.
on.
I'm gonna stop the live.